Mr. Nicholson!
How you guys doing? That sounds pretty good. So did you guys like Dick Hertz? Yay, I like him. Most male comics are dicks, but I just feel like he really owns up to it. You know, he's real. So that's cool. But I love Kymatic. Clap if you love Kymatic. Yay! It's a great place. It's like if Home Depot sold beer and craft supplies. I'm really into it. But I do have a couple ground rules for this. Please be nice to me, because I don't like mean people. And and I'm fragile. I'm a flower. I'm a lady. And also, pray for me that my mom never sees this. And that's not a bit. I'm scared she's going to learn how to use YouTube, which is a far cry. Like, it's unlikely, but I'm still scared on my shit. But I do really appreciate Dick Hertz, because, like, at least my show will not be the most offensive part of this video to my mother and my old church youth group pals that are still on Facebook for some reason. But I've been doing comedy for a little while, not too long. I'm 19 years old, which is pretty shitty for what I'm doing. Yeah, Jason, it's a huge fucking bummer, because I can't drink and I'm at bars like 5 days a week. And it's annoying because I don't know if you guys know this, but most comedians are dudes. So that's a fun game that is a bummer to play. So because I'm 19, I get a lot of guys that will come up to me and be like, man, if you weren't 19, I'd buy you a drink. And it's like, if you weren't gross, I'd have sex with you. But why are we talking about all the things we refuse to do? Like, it seems a little useless. You know what I mean? It seems a little unnecessary. But I love being a comedian. It's just something that's always kind of been a part of me. I made people laugh because I was funny looking, and I was like, let's just steer into the skid. But I honestly, there's a lot of parts about it that are kind of rough. Example, a lot of people ask you to tell jokes, just like in life. Like, oh man, you're a comedian, tell a joke. And a lot of comedians hate that, and I do too, but I'll still do it because I love attention, which is something that's important to understand. Like, they'll be like, tell a joke, and I'll get out my cane and my hat, and I'll do a little dance. I don't give a shit. I love it. But I figured out something that's way more fun, which is to say the worst thing you can think of, straight to their face, like it's the best joke ever. Example, and I've done this a couple times. This was like my last time doing it because of what happened after. I was in St. Pete. I was driving home. I live in Spring Hill. It's a shit place. But I was driving home, and I got stopped by a policeman because my light was out. And he was talking to me a little bit. He was young and cute, so already I was like, yes, officer. You know? And I was like, yes, whatever you need, my ID, my number, it's fine. Like, I'm here to help you, serve you. And he asked me, well, what are you doing in St. Pete so late? And I said, well, I'm a stand-up comedian. And he responded in the most professional way possible, no shit, tell me a joke. So I was like getting the top hat from my trunk. I'm like, one moment. And so I said what I always say. I looked at him straight in the eye and I was like, flaccid penis is like silly putty, but for your mouth. And I don't know what he did after that, because I was so upset. I left my body and I was just like flying over my car, like, what the fuck? Like, why? Like, why say that? Say literally anything else. Say no. Maybe say no? Maybe? Bad at that. I'm very bad at that. But yeah, so that was really rough. I feel like you guys are cool, so can I tell you something kind of private? And it's just something that's been making me feel really uncomfortable and feel really weird. So I work in a music school. I'm a music theory teacher. And the way it works is they come to me, I teach them music theory, whatever lesson was that day. And then the next thing they go to is their lesson for violin or whatever. And I have this student, he's 13 years old, he's very sweet. And I think he's a little bit of a crush on me, which is like adorable. There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, we all had a crush on our teachers growing up. But the problem is he does not look 13. He looks like a grown-ass man. He he's like Ryan Gosling with like a spritz of youth. It's misery. He has hair on his legs, like he's taller than me. Like it's honestly a bad situation. And I don't really feel good about it at all. But and I said he has a crush on me. So the other day he was like, and this is a shitty move, but he's 13, so like I'll allow it. Like he has time, you know? But like he was like, oh man, my friend blah blah said I smell good, and he's like smelling himself like a fucking weirdo. And he's like, ugh, and he's like leaving the air open for me to smell him. And I was just looking at him like just with the most genuine look on my face. I was like, I can't smell you, dude. Like, I'm a professional. I can't go around smelling kids. That's not a part of my job description. And you have a wire. You're a cop. There's no way that you're not a cop. Like, it's just not possible. But, so I'm so excited to be here at Climatic. I'm wearing too much black for how hot it is right now. But I don't know, I honestly think that something that's been kind of cooler the last few years is being like a thick girl, which is good for me. Yeah. Jason, you're a snooze. Anyway, and like, I'm glad it's recent, because like in 8th grade, this was not the cool thing to be at all. Like, but there's a lot of problems with being a thick girl other than just being like fat. You know, like that's a whole like side note to being a thick girl. But there's like a lot of chafing, and you're like, my body's big, and it's just weird. Another thing is like, you can't shave all the parts of your body that you want to. Like, you're just not gonna, like this part of my leg, who gives a shit? I'm not gonna bend and like cut myself for like some white cis male. No. And but it's kind of a problem. Like the other day I was in the bath and I like arched my leg up and I was like, why is there a man in my bathtub? But it was just me being a feminist hero. And but I've decided about that whole situation is like, if you can see this part of my thigh, you're seconds away from dying from suffocation. Like, there has been a weird chair accident, like some swing I don't know, but you're dying. I don't need to worry about you telling the tale. Like, it's not one of the things I'm concerned about. But I'm 19, like I said, and I still hang out with my parents, because that's the thing you kind of have to do sometimes. And I still go to church with them on Sunday mornings. And I grew up in it. It's not that it's bad completely. Some people can benefit from it. But I've just heard it. I've heard a lot of it, and it's kind of the same. So I'm trying to figure out some ways to like spice it up. And I figured out that if you replace the word Jesus with Beyonce, so more compelling. So much more compelling. like they'll be like, we just all need to be more like Beyonce. And I'm like, yes! Oh my God! Praise Beyonce. Like, that's exactly what I've been thinking this whole time. Then it's like communion, like the body of Beyonce. I'm like, oh my God, like a vitamin? Word. Like, you just take it and it's free? What the fuck? This place is awesome. I love it here. So, those are jokes. So, like, one recent thing, the thing I've been really interested in is, like, gay porn. Yeah, right? Amazing. Everybody's clapping. You can't hear it on the video, but everybody agrees with me. Thank you. And obviously I'm like a straight woman, so like I love boys. I feel like I like boys in theory. Like, I'm like, yeah, boys, I'm straight, dicks, cool. Not that one, but you like in theory. But then when I meet a boy, I'm like, it's not what I ordered at all. Take it back. Like, I can't do this. I can't, like, it thinks the best show of all time is Family Guy. Like, I can't work like this. You gotta take it back. I can't do this anymore. I'm out. You know, but, I love gay porn. I'm all about it. They do crazy. I'm like, could you even do that? It's best. It's the best. And, the only problem with it is, like, I don't really know why I like it, because the thing about porn is you kind of put yourself in the mindset. It's a lot of thinking in porn. Lots of word puzzles. You kind of put yourself in the mode of the person that's having the fun times because you're not in this situation. But the weird thing about loving gay porn is like, what am I doing there? Like, they seem to have it. They seem to get it down. They don't seem to need help. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like they'd just be having a good time, and I'd just be like, let me in your club. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I just imagine, like, they're making out, and I'm, like, down there, like, touching their dicks together, like some science experiment. Like, I'm like, what will happen? You know, but I have to date straight men, so it's a bummer. It's a huge bummer. I should just become a gay man. I feel like that's a much better place for me to be in life. One of those white ones that's, like, really mean and, like, not nice to other people. Like, I want to be that one. And, but I do have to date straight men. And that can be kind of a bummer. I feel like in a lot of relationships, there's always somebody that likes one person more than the other. You know, like there's always some inequality of like affection. You know what I mean? Like I've had a lot of guys say like, oh, like we connect. Like I can make you come. You must really like me. And it's like, no, I can make me come and I hate myself. You know what I mean? You guys are amazing. Good night.